All right, I just have it recording then. I'm just checking the settings. I wanted to get it all recorded so that anybody that missed it could kind of see what we were talking about. What's that? Yeah, we might as well. Do you want to go grab a whole bunch of food real quick? I'll wait for you. I don't. Does anybody need food? Yeah, if you could, just make like five. I'm good. What's up, man? N- It's called Illuminati Compound, but you should be able. I mean, if you have it, you can open a door, right? Then give it to Mondo. Oh shit. No, I can't. Uh, no, no, no. But that one was the only physical key. Like, I think this place was the only one that has an actual physical key. Like, how did he hand it to you? He should have just been able to just throw it away. Like, you go into my house keys and you should be able to see all the keys you have. It's either it's so I talked to him. He said he's not going to, but I would have to flip the keys and then give them out again, and that's a fucking crazy hassle. Really? Noodle's apartment. Oh, I see him. Oh, that's awesome, dude. I did. Let's see here. He's not in that one. Um, Front door locked. Bailey. Damn, there's so many people that own this key. I didn't know little Jacob had so many keys of mine. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay. So I was able to go in your phone. You're able to go through your apartments and give keys and take keys away from individuals. That's pretty crazy. You can see who has keys and who doesn't, and you can take them away. Everything's through the phone. It's so cool. It makes things so much easier. All right, so let's see who was here. We're still waiting for Thomas because he's grabbing food for us, and Ace. There's Ace, and that's it. So everybody here knows that fucking Julian left us yesterday, right? Yep, yep. He just he like made me fly in, and then he was like not wasn't gonna tell me until I came up, and then he kind of like made it like it was like some kind of joke or some shit. And then sure, I'm pretty sure we all know what you're thinking already. Go ahead, what's up? I didn't get any of that. You think that's what it is? Yeah, I mean, and then next thing you know, they're all inside of our radio, and I don't know if that's really something that we want to be dealing with anymore. I really don't think that he should just be able to come and go as he pleases and fucking still be a part of what we're doing. Um, since he decided he doesn't want, you know, be a part of us anymore. So I don't know if that's something we should decide on changing. We should definitely think about it, and just moving to a different radio station. I think it would be easier than trying to tell them not to come in. And then I guess we'll talk about that. We'll talk about everything at the end. So I'm just gonna go through a bunch of different stuff. Like he was telling me that he felt like he wasn't getting the guns that he deserved, and we're getting like reports that people are thinking that, you know, the guns are being held, and fucking we believe that it's probably something that we want to change. We want to be able to just hand everything out to everybody, but at the same time, we don't want to give them to people that we think they're just like we gave out guns to some people that just decided after a week they weren't going to come fly in anymore. And that shit just really fucking hurts to, you know, think that somebody's going to be around and then give them something, and then next week they don't even show up, and then we're just down that many guns. So the people that are showing up and being more regular are definitely going to see a better stake in everything that we do. And believe me, we see the people that are here every day and then the ones that are around all the time. And when it's, you know, the stakes are down and stakes are up, you guys are still here. And that means a lot. The people that are coming up as soldiers and stuff like that are definitely on the list. But at the same time, it's the same thing as when we brought those other soldiers in. There needs to be a buffer period before we just start giving stuff away because we just don't know what is the motive, and until we know that your guys are like in, I mean, anybody would be the same way after getting burned so many times. You would definitely want to make sure you're making the right decisions, but we do want to change the way that we're doing things. So like holding on to the guns and being like waiting until there's a certain amount and everybody not knowing what's going on will change. Um, they'll probably be divvied up to the veterans and people that are around the most. And then as things get filled up, then we start trickling down to the the people that are just brand, you know, coming into the association and showing that they're just willing to do whatever it takes to get in there. I uh I also wanted to say that I talked to Mr. E and we let Bailey go. Well, Bailey told us that he wanted to go. So you guys know that Bailey's not with us anymore, and talking to him about Illuminati things is not something we're going to be doing because he decided, just like Julian, that it's not something that he has time for anymore, and that he has different paths to pursue. So he's still a friend of ours and everything, but the things that we do and asking him for help are going to be off the table. I mean, we could still ask him for help as friends and things like that. And I'm sure that he would try to do whatever in his power to help us. but at the same time, we don't need help from people that don't want to be down for us 100% because you never know where their intentions lie. And the more you open up to people, the more they use that against you when it's time. And I just think that it's a better move to stay in the family than ask for help outside of the family. I know that we do it a lot with the hacking in a lot of our jobs, and we've built relationships out of it. But it's sometimes we don't have a choice. And so Bailey is definitely out. So I invited Mr. E to drop out of the captain's role and jump into an advisor role so that the captain slot would be open. And so that will be up for grabs here in the next coming weeks. And anybody that decides that they think that that's something that they wanted to do will actually really have to show it. We'll have to, you know, put the time into building groups and knocking jobs out without being told just the things that a captain's supposed to do. And I know that everybody knows and sees it because I mean, just look at what Mondo does and how Oso holds himself up and what he does for everyone. If it's above and beyond, it'll get noticed and that's what we're looking for. So we decided that there's only going to be three captain slots instead of four. So Julian's slot was given to him because of his exemplary whatever shooting skill, and we thought that we might be able to get something out of that, but we ended up just getting burned. So we decided to go back to three, and Mr. E's spot will be up for grabs. I think that the biggest thing that I mean Ace wants to let everybody know, and that he tries to remind everybody was that this group of people wasn't built very it was built not that long ago. We tried to do this with a bunch of other people and it fell apart and it was dead. Like I think it was just me and him and Lolly were the only people around. Um and then Jack came back to us and everybody started falling in line and it just was like it just fell into place and everybody here was just showing so much like enthusiasm towards it that it just is working and it's become more than I could ever hope it to be. So like you guys should really pat yourself on the back to making something out of nothing because we're definitely doing that. What people are saying and what you hear about us is all bullshit. I don't really care about what people say because I know what it was and what it is now, and they don't. And so for them to make opinions about what the fuck we are and what we do is like all bullshit. Because they don't know what we're doing and how hard we all work to do and get the things that we have. Because it's not easy. And when you're here every day and you see how much time it takes to do such a little, like the littlest thing, and the amount of things that we're, you know, getting done within a day, and then you see how much is completed by the end of the week, we are like absolutely doing great. And anybody that thinks any otherwise can go fuck themselves because fucking I don't need to hear it and I don't really care because I believe in all of you guys. You guys have been doing more than I could ever imagine. And I think that like you guys should really fucking be patting yourself on the back to make something out of nothing because it's not easy to be to try to keep yourselves, going and a bank account rolling and doing these jobs and in and out of jail and all the little things that it takes to be a part of a group and this lifestyle. It's not easy. And I know that like everybody like another thing Julian was talking about was like he wants to be part of beefs and all that stuff. And I'm just thinking about it, like really, how many is that something that we really want to be a part of? Is that what everybody just thought that a gang was supposed to be, because I really don't want to believe that we're a gang. I think we're more of a family, like an organization of people that fucking are driving to to be the best that we can be at anything that we do. Like to be comfortable and happy and having a good time is really what I really wanted for everybody. And if we're not doing that, then we need to change what we're doing. So at the end of this, when if there's anything that that you think that we could do better to make it so that we're having better time or make things easier for all of us to get farther, or if there's something that you're noticing that we're doing wrong, this is the perfect time to kind of bring it out on the table so that we can address it. And that's one of the biggest things that I wanted to do tonight was to kind of go over a couple of points that I noticed and then see how everybody felt because the Julian thing kind of blindsided me. And then the things that he was saying, even though like half of it that I know for a fact is all bullshit, um, still kind of, yeah, at the same time, it's like maybe he didn't say it because he knows it's all bullshit. Because I've been sitting around and I've been with these people and the people that he's joining and all that stuff. I've been with him. I used to go with Glocks for months, so I know how his organization runs. And half the shit that fucking he was spitting off to you guys is all garbage and like lies, because I know what it is and what it isn't. And for him to fucking try to tell me what it is and what it isn't, it wouldn't. It was just I just don't even hear it. That's why most of when he started saying it, it was just like a bunch of wah wahs and like fucking good luck, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter. Does it? I mean, did any of it really matter in the end? He was still leaving and it wasn't going to change what we're doing. So I think that like what we're doing is the way we should be doing it. If you guys think that we should be out there like gang banging and pushing and shit like that, I don't know. It's a it's a fine line of changing exactly who we are and how people perceive us, if that is even something that you care about. Because it doesn't bother me. I know who we are and I know what we do. And like as far as what they know and what they see, that's not what drives me to doing what we do, you know? Like I'm more interested in making sure you guys are comfortable and happy before I care about what anybody else thinks about you guys, you know? So that's how I feel about it. Uh as far as Julian and the captain's role, that's gone and Mr. E slot will be up for grabs. The guns are going to start going out to the people that we see more, and you're going to see them more often. They're not going to be held in a box and waiting for us to go into beef because that really doesn't happen. And like Ace was telling me was like it's probably the number one thing that can be given to somebody to let them know that they're doing really well and that we believe in them is to give them a gun, like or money. uh, but I think that's the number one thing anybody could get in a city. It's one of the hardest things to get. And for you to get one, it definitely brings your spirits up and makes you want to try harder. And I believe that that's probably a better way to about doing it than the way we have been. So I definitely think that that's something that we're gonna change. And I think that everybody be a lot more happier if we do it that way. Um, I know that we're gonna have a extra slot or two, and we still do need a hacker. So that's always still going to be on the table of what we need. I'm also getting like requests from two or three different people that want to join the organization, but I kind of closed the doors because really I want to focus more on what we have going on now and making sure everybody's like set. And that if we do bring somebody else in, that they see that we're put together and well organized instead of like kind of like winging it. Because right now it seems like the longer we go and time goes by, the more it feels like we're just winging it. And I think that we need to regroup and kind of like put things back into place and then make the structure up again and then follow the way it's supposed to be, like a protocol. Because if anybody knows, when you got a group of people without some sort of structure, just the smallest thing can start throwing it, and it starts just, threads start getting loose and things start falling apart. And if you don't bring it back and tighten it back up, it just gets worse and worse. And that's when people start like getting the wrong impression, and we're not communicating. And I think that that's the next point that I really want to bring up to everybody is that like I know that everybody wants to believe that we're trying our best to communicate everything that we're doing, right? And there is some things that like we shouldn't have to communicate. But like in every other game that I've ever been into, if you were going somewhere, you were announcing where you were going. if you're going off radio, you were telling everybody where you were going. The communication has got to be the number one thing that's going to make or break everything that we do. If you can't fucking just hit the thing and tell people where you are, then you're not going to have to be expecting us to come and help when things get stupid is ridiculous. Like it's we're shooting in the dark when nobody's communicating. We're all just like kind of winging it, like shooting from the hip. And I think that like that's the worst way to go about doing something. Like you're never gonna hit your mark if we're all just. I know that when you're focused and we're in the middle of things is the time when you should be expressing the most information, even though it seems to be the time when the least amount comes out because everybody's so focused. But there is a way about going about doing it and teaching people how to do this. I'm not very good at it, but I do believe that we're a smart group of people and we can figure this out. You know what I mean? Like I think that the communication is slowly falling. I'm glad one of the things I'm glad about Julian kind of jumping out of the group is because the bickering that came out of that kid was like so fucking crazy. That it was like the whole time you're in the city, you're just hearing about him fucking bickering about shit. We had no time to communicate anything. So now it's going to be a lot quieter. I think that we'll have a lot more time to actually relay information that's important. Trying to keep important information going between us is going to be more like our priority than just talking about simple shit and different things. I think that we really need to um, be more aware of what it is that we're letting everybody know we're doing and where we are, because it's going to definitely change where we're at and what we're planning on doing at that moment. Um, there is like business deals and stuff that do pop up, and as it's happening, I can't like explain all of it to everybody because I don't really know what it is. A lot of times they're keeping me in the dark, and we're just like relaying key pieces of information until we actually get there. So, the last thing that me and Oso did was we created this little marketplace because we don't have anything that is like it's rock solid to trade to other people. So the only thing that we do have is the stuff that we grind for. And we're all most of us are known for being grinders and like the top notches of the grinders in the community. So for us to be able to offer that to somebody, it's not just one thing that we're offering. It's like everything. And we're letting them go about figuring out what they want so that we can get something from them. And I think that that's how we're going to go about presenting business deals to other people, other groups in the city, because it actually worked with YG. And so for that to work, everybody has to be on board with that's what we want to do, because I need all of your help to actually accomplish this. The the things that everybody wants right now are the most tedious things to get, which is going to be the gun barrels and the chips and the things that really everybody doesn't want to do, but everybody knows that's what we need. So it's like when we decide what we need this week is chips, right? The captains are automatically going to go and start firing off jobs that are going to get chips, right? And that third slot is going to go to the person that follows in suit as well, because that's what is needed and that's what we're aiming for. And so, like, the top upper guys, like the captains, are all informed on what we're planning on doing, and then we all make a decision on which direction we're going to go. It's not like I just decided that's what we're doing, and fucking I tell Ace, and then he tells the guy next. I really want to make sure that everybody is involved and everybody is in agreement to what it is that we're trying to do. I know that we should all agree that we need more guns because last time we got into a fucking beef, we almost ran out and we would have fucking ate ass if we just don't have our arsenal up. I'm really hoping that this whitelist application comes through and we're able to get whitelisted because then we'll actually have something that we can work with, but we'll always be known for having everything at our disposal. And that actually works in our favor because most people don't want to give those things up, and we have more than enough where we can actually start using them to off balance any deal, and it really does work. And I saw that last time that I went and did it, uh, and I think that's something that's worth doing. If it's something that you feel like we shouldn't be doing, then you need to tell me what it is that you think we should be doing because I'm trying to come up with the best and the fastest way for us to come up, and it's difficult. I'm not gonna lie. Like this isn't something I've done, I haven't been a leader in a gang before, but I do know how it works. And fucking we don't have much to work with, so what we do got, I use it and fucking we're gonna make it we're gonna make it one way or other. That's how I feel about it. I'm not gonna just let things pass me by, because I mean I might have money, but most people don't want that, and so they want something to trade, and so I'm trying to think of what it is that we can provide that's worth trading, and it seems like the tedious things that everybody is you know doesn't really want to do is the stuff that they want, and I don't think that that's going to be difficult for us to do. Like we have the means to go out and get whatever we want. We just gotta pinpoint what that is and then fucking and focus and grind it out. I don't really want to be this grinding crew. I want to really just have a good time and kind of go with the flow of the city. But if there is something that we want, like if we want to get their attention, we will have to come up with something. And right now, that's what we have. So that's how I came across we're doing what we're doing. Um, if there's something else if there's a better idea, I would love to hear it. But as far as I can tell right now, it's what we can do and it's what we're good at. And I think that in between of the big banks and the Bobcat kits as we get them and pushing out green beans, we should be hitting stores and houses at any chance that we possibly can. And the person that's gonna show that they're willing to spearhead that and take control and and keep the group going and doing that is gonna get rewarded for it. And that's all I'm gonna say about how I come across business deals and trying to keep us progressing without anything, like coming from nothing to something, you're gonna have to do something for it. And all I know is that time is worth more than anything in this city. So if we put our heads together, we can turn the time down and our profits up. And so that's kind of how I hope that everybody looks at it because I'm not trying to like slave drive anybody into doing shit they don't want to do. I just the only way I can see it. What I also want to implement is I want to make sure that everybody goes and gets those casino tokens. We need to get the 2,500 casino tokens every day. How this is going to work is it's going to go into a thing, and whoever completes the most work is going to get rewarded with all of those tokens. If we come up with 2,500 per person every day for 5 days, you're looking at $150,000 every week. Somebody could be getting that. If that somebody if you want it to be you, then you will be doing more than everybody else, right? And it's going to be an incentive for you to produce more so that you can get that payoff at the end of the week. I really think that's something worth doing. I think everybody can agree that if we all chipped in, the person that does the most should get it. And it like if you get it this week, you can't get it next week, but the next person that does the most will get it. And it gives everybody a reason to come in and want to grind it out because $150,000 is a lot of money and it's something that we can come up with for free if we just took 5 minutes out of your day to just pick it up and drop it off, you could possibly be making 150 grand on Friday. And so I think that's something everybody might want to think about. That pot's going to be smaller the less everybody does it. So that's all I'm going to say is like I can only give you the amount of chips as you guys give me. And I think that everybody's in agreement that we should be doing that. It's free fucking money. Streamlining what we do and what we're getting is going to be key into how well we succeed in all of this. And the more stuff that I can get in my hands, the more I can flip around and try to get us the nicer things in a city. Um, if you guys can talk to people and try to get some sort of deal going or need help with any of that, you can always hit me up. I got your back money wise, material wise, fucking wise, whatever fucking wise. I'll fucking make it happen. We'll fucking get it. And it'll be for all of us. It's not, I'm telling you, I don't need it all. I don't need it at all. And I don't do any of this for myself. And if anything, it's, it, it takes a toll out of me to do it. But I love doing it because you guys are doing so much and you guys are doing so well. And I think that you guys deserve it. And I don't, that's the only reason. If I didn't think that this was gonna work, I wouldn't even fly in because at the end of the day, I don't have anything to go for. You guys are it. You guys are what I'm going for now, and you guys are doing so well. I can't ignore it. I have to be here. Like as soon as I get the chance, I'm flying in and I'm trying to help out all of you any way I can. I might fucking joke around and do dumb shit and all that stuff, but in my heart, I really believe in you guys, and I hope that fucking you believe in Illuminati, because I really think that we could be something big, and we don't have to be some fear mongrel fucking like push and shoot everybody down kind of thing. I don't care how people see us. If they want to call us weak, I dare them to fucking slide through. Fucking, you don't see them sliding through, do you? They don't. There's no incentive for them to do so, and I don't think they're going to get very far doing it. So, and that's what we've been doing. And I think that what draws most of us to this place, to this group of people, isn't because we're um loaded with guns and we're shooting everybody down and we're fucking feared and got all this power. I think that we still have the power. I think that we're doing it in a different fashion, and I think it's the right way to do it. The way that I see everybody else doing it, I don't believe that's correct. And I've already been shot and stabbed because the way how I'm saying how I feel about it, and I don't mind because it's not going to change how I feel because I know how I've been successful is by being this way, and I know that if I brought a whole group of people around to do the same thing, we could only be successful in a bigger fashion. It just takes time. So I think that I'm almost pretty much went over all the points, trying to streamline everything that I was trying to say to everybody as fast as I can with as much of everything as I can to everybody. I just want to go around and kind of like see how everybody's feeling about anything and what you guys think that we can do better on and what you believe that we're doing great on and what you think that we could change and what you think that should stay. Um, some of us have been here since the beginning and some of us are just starting to be here, but I believe that all of you understand what it is. And fucking I don't think that you would be here if you didn't believe in it. So I really want to hear how you feel and what you think. And we are going to adjust and move on from that. Kind of like the community meetings where I want to know what you guys want and what you guys think, and then we will adjust how we go about doing what we're doing off of that, so we can all be happy and have a good time. And I want you guys to feel like you're a part of this because you guys are. Like without you guys, I couldn't do this alone. And I wouldn't want to. So I'm gonna push over to Ace here, and he's gonna fucking start off with whatever he's got to say because I know like we went through and talked about it. I'm trying to spit it off the top of my head as best I can, but I'm sure he's kind of like picking up what I'm slacking on. Um, I'm pretty good at it. I mean, like I've done it a couple times. I think that fucking you guys all understand where I'm coming from. I'm not trying to fucking just spit bullshit at you. So the people that are going to receive this next shipment of whatever we got is going to be the people that are been around more, and you guys are going to know it. We're going to call you probably, you know, randomly throughout the night, and just and talk to you guys individually. That way we're not like singling you out in front of everybody. And and then just know that fucking when we do give you anything or do anything to help you guys out, it's only because we believe in you and we're really like what we're seeing. If we didn't, we probably wouldn't be calling you guys. Um, Other than that, if Ace doesn't have nothing to say, do you got anything to say, Ahmed? I know you're around every single night. You're around every single night, dude. I see you every night. You see everything. Well, that's fine. He can watch. If there, I mean, you're here late night. You're here a lot of times during when it's peaking, like there's a lot of people. You see how everybody moves. You're usually in the middle of it if you can be. Like you try, you're definitely a part of everything. So if there's anything that you notice that we could like tighten up, if there's something that you think that we could do better, this is the best time. I mean, like I'm not trying to put you on the spot. It kind of sucks, but it's really, yeah, yeah. You don't have to say anything. Somewhere. They're invaluable, bro. Do you not know this? I have to say that the vouchers and the contributions, you guys have been killing it. Like I know that these things you guys could possibly make in personal money with, and that's something that I need to try to figure out how I can make your bank accounts kind of stack up because you're losing out on personal money, and I'm noticing that a lot of people are going broke trying to stay on top of everything, and it is a lot of work. And so I am trying to figure it out, man. Like I I know you guys see that fucking I'm out there hustling and making money and all that shit, and it's just different. It's a different thing because I have a lot more things going on, and I know that everybody can't do that. So when I was coming up, it was a big grind, and I would have to grind for every single dollar that I got, and it was hard. Like it wasn't like, oh, I'm just gonna get a car. It's like it took me weeks to get the money together to get the car that I wanted, and I know how it is. And it was a long time ago, but I still believe that fucking it's difficult. So I get it that fucking you guys are putting everything into it and then running dry in your pockets to um to just skimp by on life. And I think that somewhere along the line there has to be some give and take, and I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out a way that I can fucking compensate everybody so that they feel like they're getting the equal of everything. Like the jobs, we're not hitting them hard enough where you're able to take care of all of your bills. Even if you go to jail, you're gonna have to deal with the fine, and it's driving you guys broke to actually having to work just to scrape zero. And and I don't think that's fair. So I'm trying to figure it out. And then if I could, I would just split all my money up between everybody so that we were all comfortable. But I don't think that you guys would. I mean, you guys say that you want that, but it would be like cheating. It doesn't feel right. The only reason why I'm proud, I know, but I'm proud of what I got because I You think that I'm noticing all these people are getting their art like recognition and their names are popping up all over the place and we rarely see our names. And how's that? And then what do you see their names popping up for? Beefing and shooting? And I mean, I could start making up events. Like I make some of the best events. It's just so stressful on me. And I have the means to create like the best prizes and the best ideas. Like I've done so many of some of the best ones in the city, I'd have to say, with the biggest outcomes. It's just takes a lot, and that's how we would get our names up there. And so I do hear you on that. Like I noticed that too, is that like all these people are getting recognition, and rarely do I. No, 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 no. There's a reason for that. There's a big reason for that. And it's not because of ravioli pasta. It's the exact opposite. I would say so. What does everybody feel about actually stepping on some toes to see if they want to play with us, right? You know what I mean? Because like it feels like we're actually in a position where nobody wants to fucking fuck with us. Nobody. I can't even get anybody to step out of line towards me. No, no. Right, right. No, I mean like there's other groups that we could go play with. There's like outlaws. There's like people that we're actually good friends with that wouldn't ruin our relationship by just, going up to them and be like, "Hey, let's ravioli some shit and fucking have some fun with it." And they would be down. Like it can be made to happen. Um, but I would want everybody to be on board thinking that we're ready. And I think that in the last week or so, right, right. And that's how you create scenes is by having some sort of drama or something worth mentioning. And without that, yeah. And we've been on it. Like I've been on it. When we showed up, when we showed up with that fucking truck filled with every single item, and they were able to go and pick through what they wanted and then not pick up whatever they didn't want, they were floored. They were fucking floored by it. They were like, man, if somebody else did this, it would definitely. I'm like, nobody does this. Like, we're the only ones really capable. And just because of the way that we are, like Oso does his thing on the side. We have the guys hitting the trucks. We got people hitting the houses. Um, if we were to keep on doing it how we are doing it, we would be able to roll up with a truck to another group and fucking create another connection. And the connections that we make are like treasured. Like they're no way that any of these guys that I talk to are ever going to say something bad about us. You know what I mean? It's always going to be the guys that don't do deals with us and have um already have everything that they need. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know why. It's weird how that works. Just like well, it's just like this the soldiers in our group. As soon as they got soldiers, a lot of them they're like, I made it. I'm done. I don't need to come into the city no more. Like it's just like I don't know why when you get bumped up, it just feels like that's it and you're done. Because it's like a lot of people once they get that recognition, they're done. Once the fucking soldiers got their soldier status, they just stop flying in. Like Oliver, um, and it's kind of scary. Yeah, well, Aldo comes around, but he's just not here for when we need him. It's just it's scary because it's always up in the air, and you never know when life's gonna hit somebody, and you can't stop that. And I wouldn't want to. So like we're saying, I think that what we're doing is the right way to do it. I definitely do. I think that when white list happens, we should get it. There's no, if we don't, I'd be super fucking surprised. It's not gonna stop me from coming in and being around and doing it, but I think that we have a really good chance. How could we not? Well, showing up to something, if you hear something happening and being there makes a big difference. I got recognition from just showing up to Stud's place and being myself. I tended to go over the top and be a little bit weird, but fucking it works. Hey man, we got yeah, go ahead. I hear you. I hear you. The barrels. No, no, no. The barrels didn't go to YG. They are still part of a Glock deal. That switched over to Oso. That switched over to Oso because Julian bogarted what he had and kind of did a fucking shitty deal with it. And so like, the- right, right. And I'll try to be more forward with what's going on. Like I'm so fucking hammered by so many people. I can only do. I start fucking like looping. Yeah, yeah. I don't think you could handle it, bro. I need 10 of them. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, everybody here is my receptionist. Everybody here is my receptionist. He wants to jump in with us, but I don't think that I don't think that he's like he's kind of an alcoholic and yeah. Well, he does have ties to Empire, big time. And I do want to use that, but I don't need our shit leaking out through him to them. Almost feels like a plant. I think that he I think that he's like trying to plant himself in to see what I'm up to, because I know that they want to know what the fuck I'm up to. Not much. You should have seen Jack dumping. You should have seen Jack. That shit gets recognition. Really good, big, really big stuff. That's awesome. Tay, what do you got? You got anything to say, bro? All right, awesome. He's always gonna be a part of the family. He's always looking. He and I'll always consider you family, bro. I know you come in to get away to fucking get a breather and shit and fucking. And that's what we're all doing. And we can all fucking we all know about that. And then I know Thomas. I was talking to Thomas earlier, and this will give him the chance to talk to all of us about anything he's thinking about or whatever. I know that fucking he's got a lot of talent, and I expect some really cool stuff from Thomas. Is he here? All right, let us have it, bro. one of the biggest things he wanted to touch down on is communication. I think that the communication is something all of us know that needs to be better, but it's one of the hardest things for us to actually do because in the moment, you're so focused on what you're doing, it's hard to think that we need everybody else around until you need them around. And to let people know that you need them around before you know you need them is going to be key to actually making sure that somebody's there, like looking at over your back. Like, even if it's the simplest thing, I know that everybody sees it when I drive. When somebody picks me up, they all want to be there. They're just swinging around the fucking block when I'm standing somewhere. Like, we should be like that with everyone. It shouldn't just be me. Come on. I want to go places, yo. Yeah, and I'll just be spinning out in place. That's crazy. Yeah. And there is a little bit of an etiquette of it too. Like having a bunch of us circling around and shit makes everybody uneasy. Like they want to be secretive about it. They don't want me bringing like everybody with me, but like they do expect me to bring somebody, right? But like I should have let you guys know that we were there. So if we would have dropped off of radio, you would have known where we were. But as soon as I tell you guys where I'm at, you guys are circling and like and stopping and trying to ask me how I'm doing in front of them, and it just makes everything kind of uneasy. So I try to be a little bit secretive about it, but it is like I'm withholding information from you guys, and I can see how that looks. But it definitely is like a decision that I have to make. It's either I let everybody know and we're all fucking rolling around. Like if it was something like I thought was going to end in a bad way, oh, we would have been set up guaranteed. But this is something that like Osa's already been doing this for since the beginning of time. I'm trying to get in the middle of it. Um, I really didn't want it to be like it was going to be a big thing, even though it's a big thing for us as Illuminati. But as far as me and Oso as people, it really wasn't. It was something that was kind of like normal, everyday kind of stuff. If it was like you guys going on your own, to go meet up with them, it probably would have been a big, big thing for you guys. But these are people that I've known when they were nobodies. Like they've known me when I was nobody. And I would never expect them to fucking do anything crazy. Like if I was to go to the ballas, definitely we're all fucking knowing about that. But sometimes it's just the discreetness that fucking you just feel like sometimes it's not necessary, even though it is necessary that you guys know what's going on. So that was it is in my fault, and it is a fault in my character, to be honest, because I'm moving so quickly all over the fucking place, and I don't really think things through because I'm jumping on the moment, and it happens a lot, and I do apologize for that, but I'm trying. So communication again, yeah, that's key, and I get it. I think out of all of us, I think I'm the one that does it the most. I'm not gonna say that, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna like pretend like I'm not doing it as well. So like I get it. And this is kind of like what I want. This is what I want. I want everybody's input. Like if there's something you notice, I want to know it. I don't want to be blindsided by you guys calling me up and telling me come down here and then fucking tell me you're gonna leave and take everything I gave you with you and think everything's gonna be fucking honky dory. You're gonna jump in my goddamn radio and ask me how I'm doing. Fuck that, dude. That guy is fucking driving me crazy right now. Oh, there's people looking for him already. Sierra, Sierra. And really, just taking it upon yourself to do whatever you think is next is gonna be key too. Because like a lot of times I'm like stuck with all these people wondering what they're gonna do next, and I don't want to like I can't even think about what I should. Because then a lot of times I'll be like, we should do this, but then I gotta like it's like the whole night trying to organize it and get it all together, and it's something that everybody really needs to learn because it's a learning curve for somebody to go and hold your hand and like lead you through it isn't gonna help you in the end. Like having those hard points is how you remember where everything is and what's what and where. Um, I know that for a fact. If I just tell you where the thing is every time, you'll never remember where it is, even though you can ask. I'd like to find a way to make house sweeps fun so that we want to do it, so that we want to do it. Uh-oh, we always see it out there. Of course, you guys have been fucking awesome at that. I really appreciate it. I also wanted to kind of touch down on the drug thing. Like a lot of us are spending a lot of like I spent a lot of time on the drugs and we're starting to like a lot of us are accumulating a lot of it. And I tried to find a way that we could fucking make money doing it, but it seems like everybody else has already got their stash of it too. So it's something that they really didn't ask for. Like when we were trying to mention hey, is this something you wanted? Nobody seems to be standing up and saying, oh, we'll buy, that's what we want. You know what I mean? Like everybody can do that all. So like at a certain point it becomes a thing that we do and then it's over with. Because like we were doing growing the weed, and then we do that like once a week because we needed it to do the stress. Now we know that we can get Mountain Dews and we don't need to do the weed no more. We really don't do it. It seems as though we all have enough crack and stuff, so that's probably going to start dying off. But we do need the next thing that we're going to be focusing on. And I would think that, the outlaws, they were telling me that they went out and fucking grinded meth, and all of their guys went and sold meth all night long for 3 or 4 hours, like all 10 of them, and fucking they made $1 million by the end of the night, and then they split it up between the 10 of them. And that might be something we want to think about. If we're all down on money, bro, we'll fucking make a big ass fucking thing of meth and we'll all just sell meth for the whole day and then we'll be fucking rolling in money. It might be something worth thinking about. Eh, Well, once, like Oso said, he's got a handful, I got 2 or 3. If we all went in after we're done doing the meth and we all washed it, it would be an hour and we'd all be washed out. It's a fact that if we do things in a group, and then fuck, if we thought of things in a group mentality, I think that we would be picking up and moving and doing things in a larger fashion. And I think that the difference is significant. Because right now, personally, it doesn't seem worth it. But if you did it in a group fashion, it would be tremendous. I think we'd have a lot of fun too doing it. If you guys find vehicles that you need help with, you just gotta say something. We will be there. They will be there for you. They're waiting for you guys to ask. I know for a fact that everybody's here waiting for somebody to ask them for help. They're just waiting for you to say, "Hey, can you help me?" And fucking they will be there for you. So really, I mean, all you got to do is accept the fucking thing and tell them, "Hey, can you help me?" And they will be there. Yeah, I think that fucking we're all waiting. Sometimes you ask for help and everybody's in the middle of something, but I think that if you really think about it, they would be there for you. It's easy to say it now, but in the middle of it, it's different. But I think that if we think of things and do things in a group mentality, I think that we're gonna see a tremendous change in the takeaway from it all. So the the casino, getting your chips is gonna be big. Um, Setting up group things that we do for the day might be big. Like I might think about like starting an announcement and then we all get together at 6 o'clock and then just grind meth out for a fucking couple hours or something together. I think that would be fun. You know what I mean? Like we'd all be on the radio talking to each other and seeing each other drive by and we're all doing something together. It does make it different. So I'm gonna try to like get that started. So it's not like we're all singly doing things differently. Like you're picking up a friend and it's just 2 or 3 of you guys doing small little things, other than all 10 of us doing one thing huge. I think would change the dynamic a lot too. Sierra, do you have anything to say? Yeah, I found that to be like my fucking specialty. A lot of people fly in. I'm usually the first people that they meet, and I'm usually the first person that ever helps them. And then later when they're all like been in the city for a while, they come back and they tell me how much that I actually helped them, and it changes. They always come back tenfold, always. So like helping people and being that person can be the difference between having a friend or an enemy forever. And I think a lot of people miss that point because they're just so fucking cool or just so busy or whatever. Like I'm probably the busiest person ever, and I still take time to help a stranger, which I get yelled at a lot for. But it means the world. It means the world to them. It does, and I think that everybody can needs help sooner or later. You have anything, Liz? Most of them are broken. Of course. And you've also brought a lot of things to our attention that I think a lot of people overlook, and I think that's really valuable. And I would hope that you would continue to do that because it the things that people don't notice and don't say usually just keep on sliding, and it never gets attended to. And I think that's a lot where the strings start falling apart. And if somebody's paying attention, it really keeps everything in line, and I think more of us need to do that. I think we're all like trying to have a good time and going for it so much that we're not even stopping to take a look at what the fuck's going on. I I tend to fucking just start yapping and I get in so much trouble, dude. Like I've gotten in so much trouble. Sure. No, we've been hearing some great things from Oso, and then every time we've ever needed your help, you've always been right there. It's been amazing. Nat's been hanging out and you guys been doing things on your own, and that's fucking really cool too because I can only do so much. Like I try, but I always get pulled away. So for her to be able to go and be a part of something, and you guys have something that you do, um, you know, and you're happy, and it's actually yours, is different. It makes all the difference in the world. So like I really appreciate all of it. I think that everybody can appreciate that, you know? I'm so glad you're here with us. Seriously, because like I'm sure a lot of people would be glad to have you around, and you found a place with us. I'm really happy about that. Nat really likes you, and fucking it seems like yeah, the vibe is fucking really cool. Like really works. And that's fine. No, that's not what we were really trying to be. But I do think that well, that's good. That's kind of what some of the input that I'm trying to figure out is it necessary to be in the middle of it? Are we trying to avoid it? I know that we wouldn't if it came to us. Like we can't just bow down and not defend ourselves or let them walk over us. But most of the times it's unnecessary, the beef. Like it doesn't need to be. And it could be like we could make it something into something, or we could just like not pay much mind to it and let it go. And I think that letting it go and continuing on with what we're doing because everything has to stop when we start the beef, right? And it consumes you. It just changes everything. So like when we actually decide to do it, all of us have to be in agreement that that's what we want. Like we don't want them to do this to us no more. We have to stand up for ourselves. Then I get it, right? But to go out there looking for it or making a problem out of something like I see people doing, I don't think is necessary. And if I'm wrong, or people think that I'm making the wrong decision, I'm sure you'll tell me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see any of you guys having a problem with telling me what the fuck is up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a problem telling you guys what the fuck's up. And I don't think that it's something that you guys should be like we all should feel um oh you're being rude or I can't fucking you shouldn't say that. No, that's all bullshit. Like I think that we're all like let's take it to the limit. Let's have a good time and I don't mind if you guys are nobody's here trying to hurt each other's feelings. If we're saying something, right, and if you think that you're gonna hurt our feelings with something, um, I I don't think that you should worry about that. I think you should really get it off what you're trying to say more than you should worry about hurting somebody's feelings. Because if it's something that you are thinking about that bothers you, um, you shouldn't like just let that go because you're gonna hurt somebody's feelings. I think that should be secondary to actually pointing out the problem. And I think we can all agree about that too. Like, I'd rather hear what the problem is, even if you're gonna hurt my feelings, than you not tell me and fucking because you think you're gonna hurt my feelings is some bullshit. Yeah, we will announce that here shortly, and I'm also thinking a lot of our advisors, the associates need to be dropped. Like, I don't think we need all those people. I mean, even though they're kind of blocked off from most of the channels, I don't think they need to be there. No, 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 no. We would tell them if that's not the case, and we would drop them if we had to. Mondo, we've been doing pretty well though. Like in the last couple of weeks, I think that we've been hitting it as hard as we possibly could. Keeping up with that is hard. You think we could do it tonight? Yep. He is a fine gentleman. He's got that voice. It's an exciting thing. I would think that that's something we're all trying to get into. Because, like I said, we're going to be trying to distribute everything to everybody and not keeping it in a box. So you guys are going to be wanting to do it more, I'm pretty sure. There are some seminars. Oops, I'm sorry. There are some seminars that I really would like. I would like to do that, like the swaps, the jumps, handling yourself with the police. The police dealing with the police is like and and a lot of us don't know how to deal with them. And there is a protocol to dealing with them. And just knowing how to do it is going to change whether you get all your shit taken away or you get the fuck out of there. And so you have to know what your rights are and what they're allowed to do and when. So I think that that's going to be something that I would like to like offer to everybody when I get the chance. I'm trying to wrap this up before the hour because the store's going to close. Perfect. Everybody should be always looking into that because he's updating it crazy, bro. This guy is putting so much time. You can't see him? When we first somebody into our group, yeah, yeah. I tried to tell everybody I had Illuminati going, and all these cats came in and they're like, "We do not want to deal with Ace. Ace is this and that and all that." And I tried to tell them that this cat right here isn't about fucking doing any of this for himself. He's done all of this on the sole premise that this is something worth doing, not because it's gonna make him rich and not because it's gonna do this for him. He's doing this for Illuminati itself, and he believes in it so much that he sits there and fucking does this shit on his own. And I've never seen anybody actually sit there and take like so much meticulous time out of their day to make sure that we're all safe. So I really want to give it up to Ace. He definitely is fucking a blessing in disguise, and I feel like I struck I fucking struck gold by finding him because I don't know. I had this other cat and he fucking was trying, but he was not fucking doing his job. And and I could only imagine what it would be like without him. So I think that fucking when he stands up and says something, he's not just saying it to say it, bro. Like he's really wants you guys to act on it because it's time to. And he does make a presence out of himself. You can't really ignore him because he's kind of an asshole. So yeah, you'll get it. Don't worry. They'll let you know. So I want to tell everybody I appreciate you all, and I really fucking think that like it couldn't be any better. Like they want to say that we're this and that, I don't fucking care. I think fucking we're doing great. If they ever even knew where the fuck we came from, if they knew that fucking we were just a bunch of fucking single fucking souls not doing anything together to being something that's worth fighting for and actually a force to be reckoned with, I think that we can't get any better. And I don't think that we should do it any other way. The way I see everybody acting, I don't ever hear of anybody coming up to like calling me and being like, "Your boys are this and that." I never get any calls anymore. I used to get two or three every goddamn day I flew in. You guys are doing it right. That's how I know it. And then, trust me, if something happened, I would know. They would let me know. Like they come find me immediately. If any of you guys are wearing these little triangles and do something stupid, they they tell me immediately, and I haven't heard shit from like months. So I think that us being kind of discreet and doing things correctly, we're definitely doing that. And I think that's all because you you guys know where the line is and what's real, what's not real, and it's hard to find that in people. And I don't want to do it with anybody else, so don't think any other difference. And if you ever need anything, you can always call me. I've never not tried to help in any fashion at any time, whatever you guys need at any time. I would give it all up if you needed it. You just you just gotta ask. I'm trying my best here. I don't know what else to do. And I'm trying to have a good time. Everybody's got to lay down on a table, and I'm gonna just lick your face, and then you guys can go. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna load this recording up into meetings, and then everybody that wasn't around can see them, can see it. Yep, yep. I think that went well. I tried. there was no more questions. I'm like, oh fuck.